So you're looking at the stock market and feeling a little anxious? Yeah, you are not alone. But what if you could take all that fear and just flip it on its head and turn it into an actual investing strategy? Well, today, we're jumping right into Jim Cramer's How to Make Money in Any Market. We're going to unpack his surprisingly simple philosophy for building wealth no matter what the market's doing.
This right here, this is the core of the whole thing. Cramer wants you to completely change how you think about market downturns. Forget the panic. A sell-off isn't some disaster that wipes you out. It's the rain that makes your best investments grow stronger. It's a chance, a golden opportunity really, to buy amazing companies while they're on sale.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to walk through 5 key ideas from the book. First, why sitting on the sidelines is your biggest risk. Then, we'll get into the story behind the guy, why he's so convinced this works. After that, we'll break down his two-sided portfolio, learn how to hunt for what he calls hero stocks, and finally, talk about starting your own treasure hunt for wealth.
Okay, first up, and this is probably the loudest message in the entire book, you have to stop waiting. Seriously, the biggest financial risk you can possibly take isn't being in a market crash. It's doing nothing at all.
And these probably sound familiar, right? We're always hearing, oh, it's a dangerous time to invest. So what happens? We get drawn to these get-rich-quick things like meme stocks or, even sports betting. Cramer's point is simple. That's all just noise. The real way to get wealthy is through patient, long-term investing.
And this is what doing nothing costs you. If you had put just $10,000 into a simple S&P 500 index fund back in 1980, that's just a basket of the 500 biggest U.S. companies, it would be worth over $1.5 million today. How? It's the magic of compounding. It's this incredible engine for creating wealth, and the only way to turn it on is to get in the game.
But you might be wondering, okay, easy for him to say, but where does he get this kind of conviction from? Well, it's not from a crystal ball. It's from his own pretty incredible journey, a story that kind of proves anyone can build wealth no matter where they're starting from.
So get this. After graduating from Harvard, of all places, Cramer gets rejected by 52 different newspapers. He actually ended up living out of his car, making just $179 a week. But here's the most important part. Even then, he started saving. He was mailing these small checks, sometimes just $50 a month, to his mutual fund. And that exact same account, started with practically nothing, is now worth over $1 million. It's the proof that you do not need to be rich to start getting rich.
All right, so that brings us to the actual strategy in the book. And it's really simple. It's a two-part approach that's designed to give you both safety and the real potential for those life-changing returns. So here's how it breaks down. Think of one side of your portfolio as the bedrock, the foundation. Those are your index funds. That's your safety net. Their job is to give you exposure to the whole market and, honestly, to protect you from your own mistakes. Because let's face it, we all make them. The other side? That's the growth engine. This is a small handful of individual stocks. This is how you actually get rich. You're not trying to own the whole market. You're on a hunt for a few heroic companies that can give you truly incredible returns.
And here's what that can look like in the real world. Say you have, $550 a month to invest. You could put $250 of that into an S&P 500 index fund. That's for safety. Then you take another $250 and put $50 into each of 5 individual companies you really, really believe in. And maybe the last $50 goes into a hedge like gold. See? It's a balanced approach you can start with pretty much right away.
And Cramer is absolutely crystal clear about this. You will not get rich just by owning index funds. They're your insurance policy, your defense. They own the big winners, yeah, but they also own all the losers and all the mediocre companies in between. To build that life-changing kind of wealth, you have to go on offense. You have to pick your own winners.
Okay, so that's the million-dollar question, right? How on earth do you find these hero stocks? Well, the philosophy for finding them is actually pretty straightforward.
The secret isn't some magic formula. It really boils down to 2 things: having a strong belief in a company, real conviction, and then actually putting in the work to understand it, doing the homework. And the story of one of the greatest stocks of our lifetime, NVIDIA, is the perfect example.
This is such a classic story. Years and years ago, Cramer was totally convinced that NVIDIA was going to be a monster stock, but nobody was listening to him. So to get people's attention, to show just how much he believed in it, he literally renamed his dog to NVIDIA. I mean, it's a wild move, but it was his way of screaming from the rooftops how much conviction he had in that company's future.
And the results? Well, they speak for themselves. $1,000 put into NVIDIA back then would have turned into over $34,000. And the S&P 500 over that same time, about $2,200. That is the power of finding a hero stock and having the guts to hold on.
So what is this homework he keeps talking about? Well, it starts with just looking around you. What products do your friends and family absolutely love? What companies do you see winning in your day-to-day life? Next, you kind of become a detective. You go to a company's investor relations page, listen to their conference calls. You can even use AI tools now like ChatGPT to get a quick summary. The whole point is to know the company so well that when the market starts to panic, you stay calm because you're confident.
Okay, finally, let's talk about the big picture. The goal here is to completely shift your mindset about what it even means to invest in individual stocks.
And this slide says it all. Gambling, that's chasing meme stocks, trying to make a stock go up with pure hype. Investing, the way Cramer frames it, is a glorious treasure hunt. You're searching for incredible companies, real businesses with real sales and profits that can grow for years. It's about fundamentals, not frenzy.
So at the end of the day, this book isn't just a guide. It's really a call to action. It's an invitation to grab the steering wheel of your own financial future and start your own treasure hunt. The map is right here. So, what treasure are you going to go hunt for?